He shared with me recently about a story where when he was a sophomore in high school, he unexpectedly had to change schools. And we all remember that that would be something that would be very traumatic. But he shared that because of that time in his life, he met some of his best friends, people, many of which are here with them tonight. And also because of that change in his life, those changes led him to a new church home, to his relationship with Christ, and eventually to the same church where he and Jenna met. When problems occur in your life, things don't go as expected, remember that God does have a plan and that his timing is always perfect.
I enjoy how loyal and committed you are to the people in your life. I just think about all the different things that we have gone through in our friendship, just, ups and downs, positives, negatives, circumstances, whatever it's been. And I just appreciated how stable and patient and just loyal you've been with me and with other people. And she's gotten to be a cool example of how God can provide comfort and how God can provide whatever is needed in the midst of hardship, but also that God can provide sweet blessings through suffering. And so I feel like that's been encouraging, if God's doing all this cool stuff for Jenna, why wouldn't I also want to share this and let people be a part of it? Because then we all get to celebrate when we see you get through it, being able to be with you for that.
Bruno, you are my best friends. I'm thankful that we get to be in each other's lives. I've enjoyed going to the mall every time we hang out and just looking at stuff and actually buying things. I've enjoyed how fun it is to hang out and do mundane things together. And I've enjoyed your consistent choice to be one of my best friends. There are a lot of qualities that I could highlight, but what I really want to draw attention to here is your commitment to being a man of God. I think following God is a lot of fun, and you're a good demonstration of that, but it's also really tough sometimes. And life is also incredibly tough. And you've demonstrated what it looks like to really persevere with God despite everything going on. And you haven't done this perfectly, but in the end you have chosen to trust God, and it's resulted in you becoming more humble, caring, and stable. I'm confident that as you move in this next chapter of your life, that you're going to crush it, because you know how to take hits and to get back up from them, because you've placed God at the center of your life through thick and thin. So I'd like to make a toast to your guys' marriage, the people you guys are going to impact together, the ways that you guys will better each other, and to eating home-cooked meals. To Bruno and Jenna.
Nathaniel. I started writing these back in July because honestly, we know that I have no chill, and I can't wait to spend my life with you. One thing that has become so clear over the last year is just how much God really cares about the area of dating and marriage, and wants to give us good things that we do not deserve. Nathan, you are a good gift that I do not deserve. I prayed for a long time that God would send me someone who knew how to have fun, check. A potential spouse who deeply loved his friends, check. Who loved God and sought his leadership in his life, and who is willing to challenge me when I'm wrong and move towards me when I'm difficult, which can definitely happen. I strongly believe that all those years I was praying for you, and God has proven to me again and again the truth in Psalm 37. It says, "Delight in the Lord, and he'll give you the desires of your heart." So this wouldn't be written by me if I didn't include a list, or maybe two. So here are a few things that I love deeply about you. I love how sensitive you can be. I love how loyal you are to your friends and how good of a friend you've been to me. I love that you're unashamedly loyal to supporting the Browns despite the suffering they bring you every year. And now will also be bringing me as well. And we're going to get through it, yeah. I love that you love the English language and learning fun new words, that you're a nerd in your own way. I love how quickly you've tried to move towards my family, who means the world to me, and that you want to be a part of it. I love how good you are with kids, and I'm excited to hopefully have kids of our own one day. I love that you're passionate about your hobbies and eager to share. And I love that you're not afraid of speaking your mind or telling people how it is, and I feel really challenged by that. I love how you've persevered despite the barriers that you've faced in life, and this gives me confidence that you'll fight for our marriage when things are hard. This is only a small picture of what I love because we don't have 3 hours for me to stand up here, but I'm so excited to learn more about you in marriage and to grow in my understanding of how God's made you even more. And I'm grateful that God makes it possible by His grace for me to love and move towards you. I love you, Nathaniel Mayer. I'm so excited to spend my life as your teammate, to do life with you and to be your way.
Jenna Lorraine, I have dreamt of this day for a very long time. I'm so happy that it is you who is standing across from me today. You really made a first impression on me during our first date, which was the first of many times that you referred to me as a troll. Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah, damn right. I still remember the mortified look on your face from that day. However, if you had read my mind, you would have been able to tell that it actually made you stand out in a positive way. I don't know what that says about me.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote that down. From early on, I always just wanted to be around you. I wanted to serve with you. I wanted to take you to sporting events, introduce you to all my friends and my favorite foods. I wanted to travel with you and create lasting memories. I just wanted to show you off. I thank God for you every single day. I am so lucky to be marrying someone who is compassionate and kind. You see people not for their wrongdoings and their flaws, but instead for the great ways that God has made them to be. I've experienced this and benefited from this in many ways. I wanted to share a passage from Matthew 25 that really illustrates one thing that I love about you. It's the Son of Man speaking. He says, For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you? When were you thirsty and we gave you something to drink? When were you a stranger and we invited you in? When did you need clothes and we clothed you? And the king will reply, Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters, you did for me. And I think that that really highlights one of the things that I love about you, which is your willingness to serve and to meet people's needs. You often consider others' needs before your own, just like Christ. I'm excited to think of creative ways that we can do this together. I love that you're silly and that you're just really easy to be around and have fun with. I love that you initiate and pursue people that are important in your life. I love that you have deep friendships with women who push you closer to God and that you also play that role in their life. I love that you believe in me and you instill confidence in me, even in things that, I'm hard on myself about. I love that you are creative and massively talented. I love that you're stunning and beautiful. I love that you're willing to go to Browns and Cavaliers games with me. I love that face that you make when, bear with me. I love that face that you make when you want something but you're too shy to ask for it. And then I guess it.
Yeah.
And then you get kind of bashful and shy. It's very specific, but I love it. I love that you've thrown yourself into my family's dynamic. You've shown them all the love and affection that you'd show your own friends. I love that your family likewise has done the same for me. They've been very welcoming and accepting, and I think that we fit really well, so that's a blessing. I love that you can keep me on my toes. You keep me humble. I need that. I love that you want to be a mom, and more specifically the mother of my kids. I'm thankful for God's grace that brought us here together. Without Him, none of this would be possible. I don't know what's in store for the next 5 years or 50, but I'm glad that we get to do it together. I love you.
Thankfully, God answers our question of who He is very clearly through Jesus. So what was Jesus like? John says Jesus is the Savior of the world. He made salvation possible to each and every person through humility and sacrifice. That is what the cross is all about. Jesus saw we were in peril, in need of saving from God's rightful judgment of our wrongdoing. And so He stepped in for us and bore God's condemnation on the cross in hope that we might never have to. I say in hope because each person's salvation depends on their willingness to respond to Jesus' offer. Verse 15 in our passage says, If anyone acknowledges that Jesus is the Son of God, God lives in them and they in God. I, along with Nathan and Jenna, ask you to consider this offer for yourselves. If you turn to Jesus and tell him you do accept, God not only will come to live in your heart, but he will also give comfort in your fear of what comes after this life. We will have confidence on the day of judgment. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear, because fear has to do with punishment. In the security of his love, no longer will we fear God's judgment. Instead, we can look forward to heaven and God's warm embrace.